in a world.
Bro, it's Indiana.
In Indiana, from the depths of our secret lair.
Bro, it's totally a bookstore.
And whose fault is that? Fine, never mind. In Indiana, from the depths of our bookstore comes a well-coordinated coterie of serious kindred.
You're joking, right?
I'd rather be reading a book anyway. Fine. Come check out our chronicle as a bunch of misfit kindred drift from one crisis to another. Happy?
Bro, what happened to the voice?
Indy by night. We'll see you Tuesday. Oh, hey, hi, hello, we are here. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to go around the room, introduce who we're playing, and we'll go ahead and get started with our recap of what happened last week. And we'll go ahead and start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm playing Carter, Tremere, and for the first time in a while, I think Carter is much happier to be here dunking on Michael than reading a book.
Nobody dunks on Michael.
Exactly. Nobody puts Michael in a corner, except for the prince.
Exactly what I was going to say. Not even the prince. That guy sucks.
Next up, we have Hannah. Who's muted? Oh. Maybe we have Hannah. She's gone forever. Okay, no Hannah still. Next up, we'll have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I play Dimitri the Ventru. And yeah, this is kind of fun, watching people squirm.
It's very fun.
Donnie.
I'm Donnie. I'm playing Benny, Malkavian, and I think Benny thinks he probably just hit the lottery. He did a couple of days' work with this based on a whim. He's already been introduced to the prince. You know, there's a bunch of other stuff going on that might have larger world consequences here, but at least Benny sounds like he might be getting a studio. I don't know, he's pretty hyped. He's on the up and up.
And next up, we have Ian. But maybe if they notice that they are up next, unless they hear it through the audio check. Nice.
Sorry, that was a thing. I was trying to get levels. Hey, I'm Ian. I am playing Michael the Ravnos. Bit conflicted. Some might say conflicted is blind rage at this point, but you know, we'll figure that part out. So overall, there's a lot of life thinking to do in the next 4 nights. Well, I guess 3 nights. I need to have an answer by night 5. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I just die on night 5. But, you know, neither here nor there. We'll figure it out. We'll do it live, I guess.
And we'll try one more time to see if we actually have Hannah this time.
I think I fixed it.
You did it. I'm so
Yeah.
proud.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm playing Eva Hill, the Bruja, and we will see how Eva decides which way to go with the coterie or Nessa.
Ooh.
But first and foremost, kind of want to help Michael out, so we'll see how it goes.
I like how Carter's not even realizing that option was even on the table.
What option?
Allegedly.
I don't think most of us do.
Yeah. Allegedly.
No.
Hey, if Eva brings, well, we'll talk about it later.
What is this? We'll talk about it later. That's the most like we'll talk about this when we get home energy I've ever heard come out of you.
Well, I just mean like we could jump in character. We don't need to Let's wait. I have out of character thoughts, but right now Carter is running out what Carter knows, not what I know.
Yes, we had a very interesting episode last week where the coterie got to turn over Baron Anson to the Prince and Primogen after some very kind offers were sent out. And thanks to Michael being so kind to share the wealth with the rest of the coterie. Different moves were made in response to the Baron now being under the control of the Prince, as the Prince had to wake up Baron Anson somehow, and he decided to do it with his own blood and blood bond Baron Anson to show that he has control over the situation. As you guys are having this conversation, at least the three original members of the coterie are getting slight flashbacks to the very abrasive, very forward Prince that they met, and not the aloof Prince that goes around and boops people. But like that was sort of mentioned in the recap, Michael was given 5 days to come to a decision. Benny was offered a sweet gig, possibly working with the Primogen and the Camarilla to try to spread out some news if necessary. But in trades, there might be a studio coming up shortly. Nessa had a interesting one-on-one conversation with Eva as Eva began to head over to where some of the weapons were stashed away at, sort of interrupting what may or could have been. Carter and Dimitri were in the process of just sort of speaking with the Prince as this all was going, and Dimitri was able to go ahead and break away and get some coats as they were able to look through Nessa's phone and find out it was a burner, but it was actively going. Like there was a call that was being taken place. But at the end of the night, you guys were able to be free of the Primogen and the Prince as they assumingly head back to Indianapolis. And you guys are on your own inside your cozy little bookstore.
So what's my cut of the bookstore?
Pick up 5 books.
All the books you can read.
Not from my section.
No, just over in that area.
We have a
I'll
lot
go
of
Carter's
Clive
area.
Cussler. Yes, it's good stuff.
There's some pop-up books over in the corner you might enjoy.
This will do, and I'll just pull over like a light table, like a little round table that would hold like a light.
Mhm.
Pull it into the center of the entry room. Grab a piece of paper and fold it up and put right on it. Benny's Choice on it, and I'll just grab a couple books and just set those on the thing. This is what you need. You need to tell your customers the books they should buy. And I'm going to start. This week will be Benny's Choice. Next week, I don't know, we'll talk about it. It's time
we have a
fix this
manager
place
for
up.
bookstore, yes?
Oh, you.
Yes, he runs store when it's open.
Oh, we're not open right now? The door's always unlocked. So.
Yes, we're open. That's why there's so many people in here.
Oh, it's a bookstore.
This whole
You're
time,
a strange one.
Michael has just been like staring absolute daggers at Carter ever since the Prince of Primogen left.
Oh, I'm totally fine with that.
figured you would be, but still, I needed to make sure everybody knew that that's what was happening.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
That's what you're about to find out.
Ooh.
I'm gonna call my mom.
I don't like it.
It's Nessa.
Nessa, come pick me up. I'm scared.
Do you have connection who's maybe a little better than previous connection you have, who can trace number for telephone, find information about equipment? I have serial number, this sort of thing.
Still just absolutely staring daggers. I don't know if I'm allowed to have that kind of information anymore. I don't know what the hell that just was.
Okay, stop being little bitch. Do you have friend or no?
I can ask around a little bit.
Okay, this would be good. I think you need to take walk, fresh air. Yes,
Maybe.
you seem a little hot. Maybe go down
Yeah.
the street, visit Egyptian room. Yes, let off some steam.
I might. It's 5 days is real short to have to completely like replan your entire life, unlife, existence, whatever the hell you want to call this.
That's a little dramatic.
You're a little dramatic. Ooh, I'm a little upset, so I'm going to completely throw you under the bus to somebody who could ruin my life. Thanks for that, by the way. Proud of you. Hope you feel good. And Michael will just turn around and leave.
Oh, you really pissed him off.
On the bright side, you know,
Yeah.
if it goes to the Egyptian room, they might be lending a helpful ear. You know, the whole Sabat thing. Sent a Kindred looking for their identity to
Eva, maybe you
the
should go
maws of the
with him.
beast.
Make sure he doesn't get himself into trouble.
You don't trust Michael?
I trust Michael. I just would feel better if, you know, in the state he's in, I have gotten myself into many problems, and I would have appreciated having a friend looking out for me.
Given that the last time he was alone, he went behind our back and called Nessa. No, I don't trust Michael.
All right, Carter. Well, I'll just leave it at that. I will follow Michael out the door.
Okay. Are you making yourself known that you're following Michael out the door?
Yeah, I'll run to catch up.
Okay.
I'll just like run up, tap him on the shoulder, and hey, just figured I'd come along with you.
Appreciate that. Don't feel like you owe me or anything like that, but if you want to come hang out, you're more than welcome to.
I don't. It's not that I owe you anything. Just figured sometimes people could use a friend.
Appreciate that.
So, are you going to the Egyptian room, or you got another place in mind?
I'm gonna. Egyptian room's walking distance, so I figured I'd start there and see if I can figure out what the hell to do with this whole cell phone thing. Try to be as productive as possible while figuring everything else out. Sorry, I blew up in your house.
It doesn't bother me any.
Okay.
We've all blown up at some point or another. They just don't admit it.
Valid. But yeah, Egyptian room. First one's on me if you're drinking, so
Yeah, I could use something.
Alright.
Also, just to let you know, I did speak to her about the situation, but seems her hands are tied at this point.
seems to be the way that goes. Thanks for having that chat with me,
Yeah.
though. Like, that's cool.
Well, I was not very happy about the whole situation, so
Like, you spend so long being meticulous about the jobs that you take and doing the best you goddamn can at every turn. And the minute somebody feels like they have the upper hand, they go ahead and just absolutely pull the entire damn thing out from under you. And I mean, it's happened a couple of times, but never to this extent. So, just got some stuff I got to work through, figure out, deciding if I'm staying in town or
understandable.
if I'm putting Indianapolis behind me and never coming back. You know.
Yeah, that'd probably be what I would choose, but I definitely don't want to encourage you to choose that,
Uh,
as I feel you could be a help,
any and
and
all
hopefully we
input
can
at
help
this.
you.
Again, I appreciate that. Any and all input is valid at this point. I have no idea what I'm even about outside of what I'm currently about. I don't know. That's a really dumb sentence. Uh, put all your eggs into one identity basket, and the minute that basket gets crushed, you kind of have nothing left.
Yeah, well, it seems to be this lifestyle, as I'm learning fast.
It's a hell of a drug. Damn, I miss trucks. I'll have to look into that. Okay,
Well,
yeah, no, I'm gonna have to figure that one out.
there are ways.
There are. I just haven't pursued those ways. Anyway, no. I promise I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I'm just gonna grab something to drink real quick, see if I can figure out this whole cell phone thing, and then be back in to try to be helpful.
While I'm here, make sure nothing crazy happens. I'll stay out of your way while you figure out your stuff. I'm not good at all that jazz, but
That's the hard part.
I'll take a drink, of course.
Absolutely, I got you for that. So when we get to the Egyptian room, I'll pick up drinks and then start looking into how to do this whole cell phone, like seeing who I might know that can do cell phone stuff for us.
I'm assuming you guys are wanting to activate the Blush of Life before going into this.
I've been blushed up.
Okay.
Because we've been in and out
I
multiple
will.
times.
Yep.
I don't think it's. Is it 1 hour?
Oh, I need to redo it then if it's just the.
No, it's for the entire night. Blush
Oh,
of
okay.
Life is.
Then I am blushed
okay.
up on a Tuesday.
Nice.
I don't think I did it for the night,
I do
so
not
I will
believe you
roll
did.
it. Oh, phew. Okay, good.
Nice.
That was a success.
Yeah.
There we go.
You go ahead and the human pigments of your skin begin to reanimate as you are now as human as they look. But you guys head to the Egyptian room. You can definitely see there's a very long line outside.
Does the line look like it's moving at all, or is it like we're at capacity, hang out in line and try your luck kind of vibe?
It looks like it is moving, but it's just moving slow.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any weight to pull. You good standing in line?
I'm good, or we can go in the back door potentially.
I think that's just the right kind of nonsense mischief I'm trying to get into at the moment. I'm good for that. Back door it is.
You guys head around the building, and just to make sure, because there is like an actual back door to this place, or are you guys referring to the cellar that Benny came out of?
I'm referring to the Benny cellar.
And
Understood.
I am following Eva.
Okay.
Uh,
As you guys are looking, you guys do find said cellar that does have a nice brand new padlock on it.
Well,
yeah, that kind of puts a damper on things.
I could try to break in. Is that something we're up for or no?
That might be a little bit more heat than everybody would appreciate us getting into.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, how would anyone know? But I look around for cameras. Are there cameras in this alley?
As you're looking around, there's no cameras or anything in this alley. There's no one in this alley, just you two.
You know what? I'm going to leave that up to you. If you want to do it, I'm with you. If not, that's fun.
We better not. Dimitri would probably kill me. Well, attempt, but...
Also, who wins that fight? You or Dimitri? Has that happened?
It has not yet. I'm sure it's been close, but...
Do we need to have like a battle royale of y'all's coterie, y'all's group, y'all's gang?
I'm fine with not having one. If he ever were to, I would probably say yes just to prove a point, but yeah, I'm not bringing that up though. I'm 99.9% sure though that I would win. So, but that's
probably the coolest answer that that's an awesome answer. I love that. Noting that away for
Michael will remember this.
Yeah, if it comes down to it in a couple of days, I would really rather it not be you that has to kill me. If that's an option. I mean, if you have to, you have to. I get that. But, you know, I'd preference would be maybe somebody I don't know, you know?
Oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. But I hope it doesn't come to that. We'll walk. Oh, I'll start walking around up front again.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I don't want to have any bad repercussions with Dimitri.
About 10 minutes go by, and you can see a normal-looking bouncer begin to walk the line and stops next to the both of you. Opens up the queue portion. Let's go. And you guys are probably like still 3/4 of the line left to go. And he just walks past everyone and opens the queue up for you guys.
I'm gonna look at the person next to me and just kind of raise my eyebrows and go, I guess I'm cool.
And you can just hear everyone in front of you just scream, shout, boo, all the things.
To which the hands go, boo me! I'm cooler than you, your boos give me life. Like walking down the line following the bouncer.
Bouncer just has a very straight face, just walking forward.
I would like to sense the beast on this bouncer.
Sure.
Actually, I'm gonna just kind of set it up for passive.
Okay.
So, it's gonna be composure and subterfuge for said bouncer. I'm doing resolve and animalism. Oh, that's the wrong button. Is it the wrong button?
We're back, baby.
Oh my god, my buttons!
You could press the button next to animalism.
Like the little die?
Yeah.
That's what I just did. Nothing happened.
Oh, well, then you can select
Are you
the
popped out?
discipline and then either attributes
There we go. Hey, also 3.
Actually got 5 because he had 2 10s, which is a
Oh.
critical success.
Rip. Well, then never mind. It's not that important. I'll let this one go.
You don't have a good read on him one way or another.
That's fine.
If you do use the discipline button, it automatically adds your potency dice.
Nice. You guys get up to the front, and without any sort of issue are let in to the Egyptian room. Once again, it is a very elegant looking area, and have some very relaxing music that is currently being played overall for you guys. As you can see, multiple people lounging and just sort of enjoying themselves here. But you can definitely see your friend of the Sabbat sort of overlooking her kingdom, as it were.
All right.
Is there an open booth somewhere?
Yeah, there is. There is a open booth sort of underneath, like where the stairs go up to for the second floor. There's just a couple of booths that have some nice mood lighting.
I'll ask Michael, do you want to go sit over there, or do you want to sit with others?
Away is probably better. I mean, I'm down for sitting with other people, but phone calls and stuff, probably away is a little better.
You guys go over to the booth and slide
I'll
on
walk
in.
towards those other booths.
Yeah. Maybe about a minute after you guys finish getting sat and situated in the booth, one of the individual is walking up to you, a server. What can I get for you this evening?
Out of character, I always hate having to order in this game because it's so weird. I'm just gonna like look at Eva and hope for the best.
I'll ask what's on tap.
Best way to do that. Damn, I'm an idiot.
A assortment of beers, from 1 to 15, and 16 is a acquired taste, as it were, and it gives you guys a wink.
That one.
Yeah.
Understood. You guys.
And-
Yes. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, you're fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm indecisive tonight, so I figured the less words I say, the better. So we're good.
If you change your mind.
Absolutely.
And he gives you sort of like a bow and begins to go to the bar.
To Eva, I'm not super fond of that bow. That feels weird.
I think any of those types of things are weird.
Yeah, I don't like that, but whatever. I'm not going to get that guy in trouble.
Nope. Just laying low.
Yep, absolutely. All right, and while we're waiting for drinks, I'll get to work making phone calls, shooting texts, that kind of stuff.
Sure. Taking a look here.
Would I be able to use my streetwise for this?
You definitely can. Let's see, and go with. Resolve plus Streetwise, and you can use your black market specialization as you're trying to do some illegal things.
Which is a +2 to dice?
Uh, just a
Specialization, or is it
I think
+1?
it's just a +1 for that special thing.
Getting my systems confused,
You're
sorry.
good. I was as well.
Still at difficulty 3?
Yes, difficulty 3. That's correct. You get it.
Yeah, that's good.
Mid conversation on this phone call. Your drinks are delivered. They're brought to you in like rose-colored wine glasses, and they're just sort of placed before you. Bows. If
I'll
you
give
need
him
anything-
a nice smile. Just
He puts down a bell in front of you. If you need anything, we'll be around. And sort of disappears into the crowd of people who are requesting service. And it's at this point where you can hear that certain individuals, you see maybe about 2 others, have a bell at their table. No one's rang it, but they have a bell at their table. As you're finishing up with this phone call, you believe you find someone who can definitely do some work and investigative nonsense for this phone that Dimitri was wanting you to find a contact for.
all right. Then once I have that all set and good, I'll shoot a text to Dimitri that just says, "I got somebody for us."
Shortly after you send that text message, you see the owner of the Egyptian room slowly walk in front of your table, her hand brushing across the top of the table, and just walk past.
Again, I'll hit her with that like nice smile, same like similar to the one I gave the server, but just with a little bit more like acknowledgement.
She sort of nods back to you with a little smirk, and she plops down at a 2 booths over. While this is going on, the 3 amigos back at the bookstore.
Oh, it's breakfast time, lunchtime. I'm hungry.
It's
That's
dinner
let's-
time.
whatever time it is. We gotta go eat.
It is food time.
I
is
probably
food
need
time.
to go check in on my sire. You can go with me or you can go hunt. It's no matter to me.
Can we swing by something on the way?
Are we talking
Well,
about those weird crunchy experiences that you're fond of?
Once you crunch, you wanted a bunch. There's no other way to say it.
Is it? Are we going to the same guy? Because I'm pretty sure he's still.
Oh no, that's nasty.
We can stop for snacks. Yes.
All right, good.
Benny, are you going to stay here and recatalog the books? Or are you coming with?
I'm feeling pretty satisfied still. Guess maybe I'll man the ramparts.
I feel
I'll stay.
so much better.
Don't worry. Your haven is in safe hands.
I'll radio the security team and let them know not to kill this idiot if he goes downstairs.
Duly noted.
He's a guest.
Right.
Are they human?
Bum bum bum.
Look at me. Your security team is my security.
They do wear those nice reflective helmets from the
It's true.
IA, so I've got a little bit of an advantage.
So two of you go ahead and begin to go and head towards Dimitri's sire. And you guys want to stop for snacks.
Go to stuff for some snacks.
Carter, I believe your potency is a little too high for your preferred method of consumption. Is that correct?
Yes, I definitely cannot eat bagged. So I would be looking for the usual someone dead or, well, couldn't be dead, but dying. Someone on the, I don't really care. I'm happy to hunt, however, but yeah, that would be my typical role.
It is winter, so there's probably plenty of homeless people who are freezing to death.
Also
and they'd
true.
be kind of frozen, so you get that
Got
crunch
a little
factor.
Bit of crunch. You got it. You got it.
Are you up to 4 now?
Yeah, I'm up
Yeah.
to 4 now.
So humans also slake one less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Perfect. So I need you to go ahead and roll a hunting roll. Since you're looking for preferably people that are on their last leg here, go ahead and roll wits plus medicine for me. And the difficulty is going to be a little bit higher than what you're used to, because it's not your typical hunting method. So you're looking at difficulty 2 for a success here. And both of you are capable hunters and able to go ahead and feed. Dimitri, how much are you bringing yours down to?
I'm just gonna drop it down to 1.
Okay.
Like I said, leave them alive. This is my it's our domain. I don't want to.
Don't want to
Be
mess things
greedy.
up. Right, for sure. And then, Carter, I have an important question for you. What do we look? Actually, you know what? Before that important question, because you're at Hunger 4, right?
I am.
Blood frenzy.
Exactly. It's a hunger frenzy time. So I need you to go ahead and roll that hunger frenzy for me, please.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 3 for a hunger frenzy. Oh, you are just fine with freaking 6 successes. And how much hunger or how much blood did you want to take from this poor individual?
I don't want to kill him for the same reason that Dimitri had.
Okay.
But as much as I can.
So to be non-harmful, you're getting a max of 2 hunger slaked, but since you're at 4, it would only get you down 1 hunger for a non-harmful drink from this guy. If you want to cause a little harm, you could keep drinking, but every point over that 2 points, every point of hunger you reduce is 1 aggravated damage to him.
I think they also have to roll a test to make sure they don't bleed to death.
Yeah. So, human rolls stamina plus strength against difficulty equal to hunger slate to survive the blood loss.
It's gnarly.
No, that's fine. I'll just take the 1.
All right. You go ahead and take your 2 points of hunger, but reduce down to 1 due to being at hunger or at a blood potency 4. Big man on campus over here. And now you're sitting at 3 hunger, and this man is none the wiser. Assuming both of you guys do the standard routine and ensure to close the wounds.
Definitely.
Perfect. Um, Easy enough. You guys go ahead and stop over to the location of Dimitri Sire's Haven. Um, Looks like it was definitely remodeled. It has a nice fence that goes around it. It has a bunch of security that's sort of walking and pacing around. Um, it looks like a updated Terre Haute fortress at this point. Um, but you are able to pull through without any sort of issues. The security recognizes who you are, allow you guys to go ahead and enter.
And I'm following your lead here, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of park up and head inside. See if I can lay eyes on either Gunther or my sire.
Yeah. You do see Gunther first. And he's got a big smile on his face as he sees you and begins to walk over. Hey, I was actually getting ready to call you here sometime this evening, so I'm glad you're here.
What is going on, my brother?
I was wondering if you've seen the big man around, Terre Haute. You're here a little bit more frequently than I am.
No, this is why I've come. Well, I've not heard from him in some while.
I haven't really talked to him besides maybe once or twice since Elysium. But you know how he gets when business is good.
This is true.
But I just got here just a little bit before you did, and haven't had the chance to enter into his office to see if he's there. But his assistant says he's occupied.
Who's this assistant? Do you know them?
I haven't seen him, heard of him.
Maybe we should go check.
Seems good. The two of you go ahead, or the three of you, excuse me, head towards your sire's office, and there is a group of people just right outside the door, just having a conversation, just sort of shooting the shit, as it were, and just sort of more or less probably off duty or waiting to start their next shift or rotation or however he's got his security set up. But one of them looks over. Oh. Yeah. Go on. And sort of just like, almost like they want to stop you from entering and then realize who it is, and then sort of just ignore the fact that they almost said anything and just allow you to continue on with your business.
Okay.
But you go ahead and open the door. It is not locked. And before you, you see his office. He is not inside, though.
I mean, does it look normal? Like, not in disarray? No papers flung everywhere? No drawers pried open? Looks pretty... like, nothing seems amiss.
Go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me, please, as you do a quick scan over this room.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty's going to be 2.
Gonna be 4.
It looks very tidy. Papers are put away. It looks like it hasn't had much work being done at it in a while. But one thing absolutely catches your eye. A painting is put onto the floor.
What's the painting of?
You remember back to the painting that your sire had when you had a conversation about taking charge. if he were to get a calling. And it said that his little nod to you that he's gone is that this painting would be placed on the floor.
I'll kind of sit down on the floor next to the painting. Give me a minute, okay?
Gunther sort of
Yeah.
looks to Carter. You mean both of us, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out here if you need me.
And Gunther sort of like walks up, sort of sits behind you a little bit, and sort of like crouches down. You good? Something I need to know?
He's gone.
Gone where?
Just, this is me asking. It's Gehenna, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gehenna.
Wait, that's real?
Yes. He's been feeling the call for some time. He's been resisting, but he told me that I would know that he is gone if I see this painting in his office. Oh, brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. There's not much left of us, honestly.
Yes, but look at what he's left us. This, all of it, it is ours. We have to hope someday he will return. So we must keep his empire strong.
And I don't mean to talk you down, but I mean, aren't you a little preoccupied?
This is what he wished.
I mean, I deal with it how you need to, Dimitri. But if you need me to take over here while you deal with your own post, it could be done. It's not every day that one of us gets a domain hand selected by the prince.
I will speak with the prince and see about consolidation.
Good. Let it be known, someone was here last couple of days looking for him. I believe someone from the Primogen. Augustin, I believe his name was, a gentleman.
Yes, there is much happening in the ivory tower. I do not know if you have heard, but the prince has returned.
I didn't know he left.
Well, he didn't really leave. He was just resting.
What kind of kindred rests? What the hell?
It is difficult to understand, Gunther, but he is back now, in his original form. He's sharp again. For now.
And that's good, right?
He is our prince. I'll just kind of grab and squeeze his shoulder. In the meantime, if you would take care of things, check through the paperwork, see where things stand. If no one's been giving orders, who knows if anything's been getting done.
Yeah, I'll take a look. Maybe that's why there's that new face outside.
Maybe we should have conversation with this person.
Yeah, I'll try to find him.
It's good. Carter, come in here, please.
What's up, bud?
My sire is gone.
Gone where?
He's been called to Gehenna. He's gone to fight the Holy War.
Well, that's unexpected.
Not for me. He did warn me the call was becoming stronger. But it
Okay.
leaves this territory unprotected, unsupervised. I am having Gunther look into things, but I will speak with the prince as this. It's in Terre Haute, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's more or less
Yeah.
just like across the bridge from where you guys are currently at.
As this domain is close to ours, I will see about consolidation. We could almost double our footprint overnight. With the prince's permission, of course.
Of course. Well, I'm torn between thinking it's a great idea and thinking it makes us a large target. Maybe both.
We're already a large target, and it's going to probably get bigger.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, we just turned our second parent over to the Camarilla.
What kind of choice do we have?
No good ones. Gunther is going to find whoever's been acting in charge for now, and we will talk with them.
When was the last time you talked to him?
It's been a while. With everything happening,
I
obviously,
understand.
we're tending to our own problems. But he did tell me if I see this picture, it means he is gone. I need to see what sort of debt he's left me.
Oh, I doubt he's left you anything but a business in good standing, Dimitri.
Giovanni. He owes Giovanni. And I doubt he settled it before he left.
Hey, if we could come up with that guy's real name, that's worth something.
Yes. And plus, Augustin was sniffing around for him. My sire, that is.
That's Primogen are up in everything right now.
Especially in our neighborhood.
Yeah, it's not feeling so remote anymore, is it?
No, for some reason we seem to be under microscope. Perhaps someone else is having visions about us, and the role we will play other than you.
Yeah, shit, I didn't even think about that, but that's you're probably right.
There is obviously other blood sorcerers that in working, yes,
Yeah,
to create
absolutely.
the stake.
More
So
powerful than I.
perhaps they're seeing things about the future.
Roughly about this time, you hear footsteps walking back, and you hear Gunther. Ah, do you mind if I come in with some company?
No, by all means.
And before you, you can see Gunther, but you also see a gentleman standing next to him. Very pale skin, similar to you. A little bit brown, shaggy hair, but it's done up very well. Wearing a bright red suit with some scruff around his face, and he sort of reaches a hand forward.
I'll accept it.
Name's
Who might you be?
Mr. Brink.
Mr. Brink.
Yes.
And what is your capacity here, Mr. Brink?
Just a layover until you or Gunther take up the reins here.
I notice you did not call.
I was told not to. I was told
Okay.
that you would know when he was missing and to run it business as usual, as he said it.
Well, as you can see, Mr. Brink, we have arrived now. Gunther will, if you'll bring him up to speed on where things stand, I will visit with the prince about consolidation.
Wonderful. And he doesn't need to know that I was here, preferably.
No, it's not a problem. Is how long do you intend to stay on after the transition?
Until you guys are comfortable,
Thank you.
of course. Uh, and he looks around to everyone. Am I to speak candidly here?
Yes, you are in safe company.
He goes ahead and turns around and shuts the doors. I hear that you and, well, the two of you, and he points to Carter and Dimitri, have a area in this location. At least that's the word on the street. Yes.
In this location is in this building or in Terre Haute?
And is that how you pronounce it? I'm glad someone told me how to pronounce that. But yes, in Terre Haute.
We do.
Very good. I'm going to be very, very forward with you. You and I do not share the same loyalties. But I'm looking to make a spot for me and some people that came with me from San Diego, if you happen to know a place.
Your loyalties. I'm assuming these are not with the lunatic fringe.
No, no. These are with the movement, as it were.
And how has your feelings with the movement here?
Has work. But there's rumor that they're trying to, between us, Dimitri, they're trying to rebuild. After someone decided to attack a rant, and a couple of barons have gone missing. And it puts a pretty nice place for me to be able to put my foot down.
So you seek to take a title.
Yes.
And your loyalties, if we obviously my sire must have invested some trust in you if he's allowing you to be here and operate this facility and his businesses. What is your relationship to my sire?
Professional. He helped back a club of mine in San Diego before I was evicted.
So you have positive regard for my sire, yes?
Very much so. And for you and Gunther.
Here's what I will do. We can probably help you take the space that you need. I will need to discuss it with the rest of the coterie. In return, we live peacefully. Is agreeable?
That is all I hope for. I mean, it seems chaotic, to say the least, but not everyone in the movement wants to burn down every tower that there is. Some of us just want to function and not be held up in a hole.
You know, everybody serves a master, yes?
Unfortunately, one way or another. Unless you become
So,
it.
eh. But then people serve you, so there's always someone at the bottom.
Yes, and I am ready to not be there any longer.
I I can't make any promises. but I will certainly discuss it with my people. How large of a group are we talking about?
Looking for space for about 15 individuals. None of them, not all of them, I should say, are kindred. We have a big herd that rolls with us as well.
Would you be willing to share the herd?
Depends with who, and depends on what extent, but I will say me and my coder get first dibs.
This is potentially agreeable. I will let you spend time with Gunter. Let me discuss it with my people.
Of course, and name's Derek, by the way.
For now, you remain Mr. Brink.
He smiles. As you wish, Dmitri.
I am Mr. Ivanov.
Smiles again. Of course.
Okay, on this, I probably should get back. We left weird guy in charge. Who knows what he's gotten up to?
I am painfully aware of having an interesting individual be in charge of places when you're gone.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Brink. I look forward to us doing business.
Yes, you and I both. He sort of sits down, not at the, not at your sire's chair, but he sort of pulls up one next to, and places himself in it, and sort of gestures for Gunther to sit at the head, and begins to sort of discuss the business properties of what he's doing.
With that, I'll kind of like motion to Carter for us to leave and make sure the door is secured behind us and head back to the car. I took the painting with me too.
Understood.
We safe to talk here.
Yes.
What was that about?
What was what about?
Mr. Brink.
Apparently, he was an associate of my sire.
Kind of on the wrong side of things, sounds like.
Yes, but he could be the answer to our problems. A friendly anarch in our territory? We can supplant the current Baron and replace them with him?
It sounds good on paper. When we just met the guy.
If my sire trusts him, I trust him.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right.
I don't expect you to have the same feelings. This is just how I feel.
No, I trust you, Dimitri, and if that's the call you're making, then that's the call we're making.
Well, we have to speak with Eva. She may have thoughts that you and I did not bother to think of. When we planned this plan, so to speak.
She is annoying that way, isn't she?
Annoying, useful. It's a fine line.
Yeah, absolutely both. Annoyingly useful.
There we go. This is perfect way.
All right. As you guys begin to head back, Michael and Eva, you have a rather pleasant time enjoying your drinks. Music is nice. It's uneventful. It's relaxing. But it's a nice way to blow off steam. Is there anything you guys like to do before heading back to the bookstore?
I have a couple thoughts, but I think I should probably be on my better behavior this evening. So no.
Okay.
I'm just following Michael's lead at this point, just hanging.
Understood.
So before we head back to the bookstore, like when we get up to eventually leave, I'm gonna make a point to like say my goodbyes like from a distance to the owner.
Okay.
I don't remember her name, but doesn't hurt to be courteous.
Of course. And she sort of nods towards you as well. But you can definitely tell that she is mid conversations, but she makes your eye, nods, smiles.
That's all that needs to happen. Doesn't need to be anything big.
Exactly.
Just an acknowledgement of like, hey, thanks for the spot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, then I'm good to head back.
Okay. You guys head back through the snow. It's quiet. You see that the line moved maybe halfway through during your duration of your stay.
On the way by, I do want to harass the line a little bit more. Be like, wow, that place is really cool. It'd be super cool if y'all could get in.
You see the rest of the line sort of just eye you sideways as they just sort of continue to stand there. Cold as hell, by the way. But nonetheless, still waiting to get inside of the Egyptian room.
I'll put myself in between the line and Michael.
It's a good call. It's a good call.
I'm on board. I'll allow it. I know when I'm beat.
But it's roughly at this time where you guys return back to the bookstore. All five of you once again inside the bookstore.
I'm gonna say to Michael, yeah, I definitely would have kicked down that door if we had to wait that long. There's no way
Oh yeah,
that it
hell
was
no.
worth it.
No, it was a cool spot, not a 45-minute plus wait. Cool spot.
Right.
It's nice to know we have an inn. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That is nice to know. Dimitri would like to know.
Dimitri would like to know that. And I think next time we just go straight to the bouncer at the front.
Okay.
Give it a shot. I mean, what's the worst they say? Hey, get in line.
True.
Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
Oh, it was nice and relaxing. I don't know what Dimitri and Carter, Benny were up to, but I needed some downtime.
Would agree. It's been nonstop go forever. So to just kind of hang out, it was nice.
In 2 days.
You've been 2 days. Where did you come from? Where have you been? Have you been here this whole time? God damn. Can we put
Sorry,
a bell?
buddy.
Can we put a bell on Benny,
Not
please?
stop forever.
Oh,
Please
there
put a
was
bell on
bell
Benny.
on the table. We should have taken it.
That was so weird.
I really just wanted to ring it the whole time.
Oh, I did too, but damn. I would have felt
Probably
bad.
would have been pissed off though. So that was,
Right. No, that's not what we're about.
maybe someday.
We'll let Dimitri do it. Yeah. Then I'll kind of browse around until everybody's back. If everybody's back, then whatever.
Yeah, no, it is.
Then I won't browse.
It is rather short and sweet after you guys arrived, since you guys were just within walking distance, versus the little bit of a drive that Carter and Dimitri had to do. But you guys, Carter and Dimitri arrive next.
Also, I'm going to text Hunter to ask him to look into my room and see if it's bugged. Or actually any of the rooms downstairs that he has access to.
He just gives you a thumbs up emoji.
Before we get out of the car, I'll turn to Carter and be like, "Are you comfortable involving the other two in these conversations, or do you want to keep it between the three of us?"
Benny's involved, whether we like him or not. Michael's involved. I don't necessarily trust him, but I think he probably got the point. So I think we should help him get clear of the mess that he/I made for him, and then maybe reevaluate our working arrangement with him.
Would you be willing to tell him you're sorry?
Sure.
Okay. I think this may go a long way. But you must have sincerity in your chest.
Sure.
This is going to be a shit show, I say as I open the car door.
After like at least maybe an hour, hour and a half, whatever the normal time Indianapolis would be, I would want to concentrate on my pursuit victims.
Yeah.
See when they last saw their reflections.
Yes, the prince would have last seen himself sort of checking out his reflection and the door he gets out as he sort of looks, make sure his hair is done correctly before heading up towards his office. What is that roll again for that? To see if he sees you in the background.
Wits plus awareness, difficulty 4.
Okay. And is that just to see you or to recognize you?
That's just to see that there is a pursuer in their own reflection.
Okay.
Recognize me, it would have to be a critical.
Okay, perfect. Well, it was not a critical. But it's shortly after he looks, he fixes his hair, and his face goes from almost jovial a little bit to concerned as he hurry up and turns around. And you can see him actively turn around and look.
Yeah. Make him more paranoid.
Exactly.
Welcome to my world, motherfucker.
And then for
Anson?
For Anson, he does not see you in the reflection, but you do see his as he is inside of the Indianapolis Ivory Tower location where if you've seen it before, you've seen the large gangrel clan symbol that is done in gold, and you can sort of see him sort of looking around, trying to see as much as he can see, but you can definitely tell that he is on edge to be here.
Home, safe home.
Yeah, as safe as an anarch can be inside of the heart of the Ivory Tower. Absolutely.
This would dissolve any suspicions I had of a Prince doppelganger.
Yeah. Nope, you see them as they are. But yes, the 5 of you are back on the first floor. Eva, you do get a text message from Hunter. All public rooms seem okay. Anything I need to know? Do we need to go somewhere?
I'll text back. Nope. Just wanted to double check. And I'll put a smiley face emoji.
He puts one back and says, dinner later?
I'll text back and say, well, I just ate, but maybe let me talk to everybody else and see what's going on.
Sounds good.
I'll put a thumbs up.
So, the 5 of you are back there.
Don't worry, everybody. Prince and our Baron Anson, they made it home safe. I have reason to believe they are safe at the Ivory Tower.
This is wonderful news. Carter, do you have something you wish to say?
Are we skipping right past how does Benny have eyes on the prince?
We can get back to this, and it probably wouldn't make any sense anyways.
There is that. There is that. Yeah. Michael, I feel like I possibly went to 11 on getting you back for going to Nessa. And I would be happy to help you resolve it without you getting killed.
Well, see, now you put me in a weird spot. I was ready to be mad for like weeks, but now I can't be mad at that. I appreciate it. I would gladly accept any and all help. I told Eva a little bit earlier, any input is good input at this point. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm so out of my depth.
Yeah, well, in retrospect, I would have turned him over to the prince if I'd known the prince was awake, so being pissed at you for setting that up is not really rational.
And
All right. Totally hug it out, bros.
I'm not hugging him.
Yeah,
Can
don't
I
get
give
carried
you a
away.
I will hug you, sure.
Hermie comes over and picks him up in a big old bear hug. I'm glad we could settle this.
Well, I am too.
So,
I would rather.
are we? Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. Go.
Are we sure that we're safe to discuss in here? No bugs, no Nosferatu, no invisible people, no Bennies in the parking lot listening in.
Okay, double check everything before we start talking.
I'm just gonna hey, there's an invisible Nosferatu in here. Legally, you have to tell me. I'm like looking around. Swear to God,
Works like that.
pretty sure this is both sides of the coin's law, right? If there's an invisible Nosferatu and you don't tell me that you're invisible, it's entrapment. Is that how that works? 90% sure. I think we're clear.
Carter, do your thing.
That's probably
Curtis
a better way
just
to
doing
check.
mental calculus on like, is this kindred smart enough to interact with here? How has he managed to stay alive so long if he thinks that that's how these things work?
The question
He's probably joking.
is he really smart? Am I the idiot? What kind of 4D chess is this guy on right now? The answer is none.
Raise a question. Your paranoia with your this is your haven, correct? I feel like you should, I don't know, maybe check your paranoia. This is a place that you don't feel comfortable sleeping in. Maybe you should change havens.
We feel
I
comfortable sleeping.
You think there's hidden Nosferatus around? I don't know.
This has happened many times to us before.
Yeah, we've been screwed so much, so we kind of have to cover all of our asses.
And people keep
Including
finding new
yours.
ways to listen in. The last one I think was on Malkavian in the parking lot, listening through the wall.
I
Yeah, that guy was
helped
total
you find your
jackass.
building flaws. And as front of shop manager, my first duty will be to replace those windows with some soundproof and put some sound barriers on your exterior wall.
Would
Go
that
for
have
me.
stopped you from hearing us?
Maybe. I don't know how these things work.
So when did Benny get a job here?
He gave himself title. I hope he does
Well,
not
the prince-
expect paycheck.
The prince decreed it.
The
I
prince
don't
did at
really
least.
remember this.
The prince said a lot of stuff.
He did. And can we all agree that this is a prince that's a lot more like the original way he was acting than the way he's been acting recently?
Yes. He was his old ruthless self again.
I haven't actually met the prince. I've usually done most of my stuff through other privileges, so I don't really have a point of a point of scope or reference for the guy. So
He's just bipolar.
Well,
Could
I
be.
take it as a good sign that we were able to talk to him and get him to listen to input on what to do with the Baron. I feel like we could probably do the same with Michael. And at the end of the day, I think it ought to be fairly easy to convince him that it's useful to have someone like you around, Michael, because it is. And I guess I'm putting the cart before the horse. I assume you do not want to join the Camarilla.
yeah, I don't know. I've had 2 conversations with Eva now, and both those conversations have been weirdly eye-opening on my side. I don't know if y'all have talked to her like that in the ways of like she doesn't really respond too much, but she just kind of gives the input of like you're an idiot, and then you feel like you're an idiot, and you come up with the right input. Does that track?
Yeah.
No, I don't really. She usually has right answers. Is what I
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to feel that. So just so that we can maybe get off on a better foot here, I've always been on the road, never had to really make a choice, so it was never really something that I thought about too much. I kind of just, unfortunately, I'm one of the handful of kindred that I don't know who the hell my sire is. So I figured if I have no ties, then nobody has ties on me. Look out for number one and have a great life. So I don't know. I know generally what both sides are about, but I've never put too much thought into actually, I guess, signing the papers on either side because I've never really had to. So now I'm in a spot, you know? Ideally, I'd like to keep my freedom. Ideally, I'd like to stay me.
Well, despite the fact that I was absolutely twisting the knife there for you, I think on some level I was also saving your ass because you were saying some really dangerous things to the prince when he was in that mood. I think the most important thing is that you don't disrespect him, and his definition of disrespect is very, very broad.
I was gonna say I didn't feel like I said anything too
You
blatantly
didn't say
disrespectful.
yes immediately, which,
Oh, so that's the disrespect.
yes, he offered you something that, in his mind, any right-minded kindred would have jumped at.
It's gonna take some getting used to.
Maybe.
So used to working with the shadier people. The shadier people, not that they don't care, they just care differently. You play the game with people who are actively playing the game, holding the cards to the chest and stuff, you get to say some stuff that's a little backhanded and kind of shitty sometimes. Playing with somebody who doesn't know how to play the game, so they have to play with all their cards face up on the table, and you have to tell them how to play. I guess you can't do that. So
He's fairly straightforward. Well, granted, we don't have a ton of experience, but he seems when he's acting like this, he's pretty straightforward. I think we could probably convince him that if you were to make a show of being willing to join the cam, we could get him to reject you, which I think would appeal to his needing to firmly establish that there is no question that he's in charge. So that would avoid any appearance of you rejecting him, and he could reject you and leave you free to do what you need to do. I think that would work.
that sounds like a solid plan. And I think it should be pretty clear. I have no qualms about working with you guys. So it's not a matter of no, I don't like y'all, or some weird moral high horse kind of thing. So I want to make sure that's clear.
I don't take anything personal, bro.
Okay.
The only thing I would counsel in relation to the prince, as far as Carter's plan is concerned, is you will always be an outsider. If this is the path we take. Once he rejects you, there's no way he could ever embrace you again. Which may mean that all of your work here in Indiana could dry up. Because it is possible he will not want any of his primogen to associate with you. Because it would make him look weak. That someone who disrespected him and then came begging for forgiveness that he rejected, that they still want to work with this person.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I don't know this out of character. Can Michael be in our coterie without being Cam?
Not typically, no. Typically, it would just be a kindred that's just in between clans that's assisting this coterie. But as far as the tower is concerned, they would not be a member of the coterie.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if there's a way that Michael could agree to be loyal to us without buying into the whole tower, but probably not.
I mean, yeah, there's personal loyalties, but it wouldn't mean anything to the prince as far as Kimmeria is related. It's like aligning yourselves to anarchs.
You could be a member of this group, but we don't grant you the rank of coterie.
Right.
So I can sit on the council, but I don't get the rank of master.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like DC. We'll take your money, but you don't get a vote.
It's unfair.
After all I've done for the council, you'd so soon be rid of me? Is that it?
Exactly.
Other Star Wars jokes?
Eva, Dimitri, do you think if we told the prince that we would accept responsibility for Michael when he's in the greater Indy area, that might work? And are we willing to do that?
You just met the guy 2 days ago. That's a big step.
It's been a wild ass 2 days, though.
I don't disagree. And if I was in a pinch with my back against the wall and all I had was Michael there, I'd feel comfortable. But he's also a mercenary. Which means if the guys coming at us had a big bag of money and threw it at his feet, he may jump ship. No offense.
I think it's important to, if I can, I don't want to step on any sort of conversations being had here. I want to make sure, first off, Carter, I do owe you an apology as well for going behind you there and making the first phone call. So I'm sorry, or at least lying about it. So now I feel like we're a little more square. Second, a lot of the stuff that I was dealing with the prince was the fact that he was kind of shitting on my pride, and as a prideful man, I figured that's something that he should have understood. Um, and I don't make a habit of going back on things or stabbing people that I have come to at least appreciate working with in the back. So if that means anything to you, I don't know what my word is worth at the moment, but I think that's about all the defense that I have in this regard. Um, Short of a polygraph test, I don't know if those are actually
Oh,
accurate.
I think we're past that. It's understood. It's fine.
Insight check.
I'm lying through my butthole right now, dog.
I'll do it. I don't have any hunger.
Bestial failure. Stain.
Yeah, nothing.
Bestial failure. You get a stain. That would suck.
Can't bestial fail if you don't have any hunger.
It's true. These are facts.
Your beast is fat and happy at the moment. It doesn't care.
Busy snoozing.
Exactly.
Eva, what is your thoughts on Carter's proposal?
I like Michael. I think he can bring a lot to the table. But we've already seen what happens when we take responsibility for stuff. Dimitri lost somebody. I almost lost a sire. You potentially could have lost a sire. I don't think we need another thing to be responsible for in this time in our domain. But I also don't want Michael to feel like he has to be like to say yes. That's so shitty, and I don't know. I don't know if he would want to come work with us if he was forced to become Cam.
I mean, I'd rather, for what I'm saying, not what being said, right? The devil you know, rather the one you not. Rather work with familiar faces. Rather, stay
Right,
on good terms with y'all. That kind of stuff.
What's better than a devil you don't know?
The one you know. Is that how that phrase
Apparently
goes?
before you know.
The devil before you know. I like that. That's a good one.
I mean, I don't think that you would try to double cross us. I would just be afraid that you wouldn't have. I don't have a great relationship with the prince, so that's not going to work out. But
So, I mean, if it's double crossing that you're worried about,
yes.
Michael starts.
I have to just keep my mouth shut. So maybe just you're not in the room anytime that we have a conversation with him. I don't know.
That could be a thing. But if that's what you're worried about, Michael starts with Eva and just points and goes, "I'm terrified of you. Dimitri, I'm 90% sure that I'm absolutely terrified in the same kind of way that I'm scared of Eva. Benny, I don't understand what you do, and that scares me."
I do have a high intimidation.
I feel it. It's just exuding off of you. And Carter, you might be the smartest person I've ever met, and that's terrifying. So that's 4 people that I'm just absolutely scared of versus 1 person that I'm mildly wary of, because if I say the wrong thing, I just die anyway, right? So
I think Nessa's scarier than all of us together, so, bear that in mind.
True. Factual.
Out of character, does Nessa think that I promised her that I wouldn't say anything to the coterie?
She requested that the conversation stay between you and her, but I don't know if it was one way or another, whether you agreed to it fully or not, or if you fully kept plan to keep your word, or if she even believes that you'll keep your word.
Okay.
Fingers are crossed, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of 4D
always.
chess, Nessa may be banking on you telling us. But I also, while we're talking about Nessa, I think, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I think maybe we should get Nessa to be the one to pitch this fix to the prince.
Think she would?
You said she likes you, right? You had a deal with her, and I doubt that you thought the deal with her was that you were going to get this kind of ultimatum. So if she looks at you as a valuable tool, no offense,
Well,
she might be in a better place to do it, and I don't want to overstep. I've already asked the prince to do one thing for me, and I don't want to be giving the wrong impression.
that's fair.
Well, allegedly, she's already had this conversation with the prince.
Oh shit.
About changing. I mean, maybe we could come up with something that she could pitch that's kind of the prince's idea. Reverse psychology. I don't know if that would work on him.
I don't know. At this point, I'm just starting to feel like we are in danger of being on Nessa's bad side.
I was gonna give it until tomorrow before I reach out to her and see where she and I stand on all this, if that makes sense. Now I don't know if that's such a good idea.
It's still sounding like you're all more scared of Nessa than you are the acting prince who's now away. We just get on the prince's good side. You don't have to worry about Nessa's bad side. We'll have the prince's favor.
Then what happens if the prince goes to sleep again?
Well, hopefully he's strong enough not to do that. I mean, if Nessa is like this huge problem, then we need to get on the prince's good side and rally some evidence against her.
Benny, I just thought of something. How long ago was the Pizza King incident and those videotapes?
2 days ago.
And seems that the prince just got back to normal or just woke up. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that because Nessa said
Yesterday? I have that date's right.
Nessa
yesterday.
said that the prince woke up this morning, but
Yeah.
the video showed him getting out of the car. Well, yesterday.
Do we
I was
know that she meant woke up literally?
I was also just gonna ask if that was a clerical error.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was being a puppet for somebody. I have no idea.
That's why we were checking that Ghost in the Machine stuff.
Did we ever get anywhere on that?
I don't think we.
You guys talked about it, but there was no.
Did you check? Did you do the Cincy?
me check my notes real quick to see if I rolled that for Carter while he was gone. I did not, but I do remember you guys asking Carter to take a look at the footage. Carter, go ahead and roll Sense the Unseen for me.
Sense the unseen. Okay. I was not hearing what you were saying, and I was very confused.
Sorry.
No, it's totally it's my hearing. When I was thinking Shadowrun, so I was hearing a sensing, but it was like a sensing, and it was like, what's happening right now?
I sense the unseen. Duh.
And I believe you would add 3 successes to that for observing the user on film.
Let me pull up.
It doesn't say plus 3 dice. It just says adds 3 to their difficulty on tests that identify the user.
So if it's adding 3 to the difficulty, make it 3 more difficult.
Good grief. Okay.
Because it would be whatever they're rolling plus 3.
Okay, so this would be resolve plus auspex,
Mm-hmm.
and it's opposed plus 3 difficulty.
Yeah, let me pull it. I'm pulling up Ghost in the Machine right now.
Damn, that's a lot of dice.
Yeah, treat
It's a lot of
observers-
dice.
Treat observers as present with the vampire with regard to.
Yeah.
So it's the
Observer
same
adds
as if you're
plus-
seeing them in present, but the observer adds plus 3 to their difficulty on test to identify the user on film, video, or photographs.
Yep. The user
So what's
also
the-
gains the additional 3 dice pool to when you're trying to circumvent automated surveillance or countermeasures, though. Okay, so it looks like you get plus 3 dice when you use. Wait, hold on, because it's talking about this is. Never mind, I'm an idiot. So yeah, it's plus 3. I will roll.
It's plus 3 difficulty.
Correct. So whatever I roll plus 3.
But the weird thing is, because in the flavor it says, if an observer views the image later, as in photograph or recording, the effect lessens. If the effect lessens of the obfuscate, that would imply that the difficulty would be lower, not higher.
Yeah, agreed.
The image seems slightly blurred, making identification hard.
Yeah.
Well, odds are extremely good that I just failed.
What'd you get?
Oh wait, I might be. I can do a reroll, right? Because of potency 4.
Yeah,
Well, you-
should be able to.
You also need to add your potency dice.
Yeah, also that.
Oh yeah, which is 2, right?
Yes, it is now 2. So 2 dice
Yeah,
of
pull it up the sheet.
discipline, and then you can re-roll underneath level 2.
And it is level 2.
You could re-roll the rouse check.
Right. The rouse check re-roll for it, but it doesn't. Since the unseen, I don't believe it has a rouse check, does it?
No.
Okay. So, but you get to add 2 dice to it though, because you are
Add 2 dice. Okay, fair enough.
juiced up.
You should have blood surged.
I don't like being this hungry. It makes me make bad decisions.
That would have added 3 dice.
I don't like being hungry. It makes me make bad decisions.
Okay, so
Like throwing Michael under the bus.
Yeah, see, I've just been hungry this whole time.
So are you still rolling 2 more? You are.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
And those would have been just regular dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. As you review this footage, you're looking at it. And at first, it looks like the prince. But it sort of distorts itself. And underneath of it, you see Bart.
Mother.
Let's bring him down.
He's got a good reason.
Does he?
Bro,
Like impersonating an officer.
I want to make sure
it's
that
way
we're.
worse.
Are we looking at this with the clearest mind right now?
Now, I wonder if you point that out to us, would that dissolve the illusion? With obfuscate, if you know of the illusion,
Right.
you can avoid it. If that would work for.
Yeah, I mean, I will point it out.
Philosophy of discipline.
Yeah, as you guys, after Carter points it out, you guys do see the prince's form shaken, and Bart is. The footage is mostly still intact, but it looks like it's old 90s VHS when it like runs towards the end and everything, like the whole picture just shifts over to the right for a couple of frames, and then in those couple of frames you see Bart's face, and then you see it overlapping again back to the prince.
To the presses.
What's the headline gonna say? Nosferatu is Prince. Prince is Nosferatu. Everything's a lie.
Oh, don't say any of that, and don't tell anybody what we're looking at right now.
Now, when I was observing him just a moment ago, I was seeing the prince. So the prince we spoke to is the prince. There was no illusion there.
Thinking back, has Bart ever been in the room when I was booped?
As you're digging through, once at Elysium he was. Actually, I take that back. No, Elysium he was, as well as the grand opening of your club. He was also there because him and the prince were doing the crazy dancing.
That's right. Okay, so we're not in a Bart is pretending to be the prince all the time when he's acting differently.
Correct.
Scenario.
Unless we're playing 4D chess, and then he's making someone else look like Bart while he's also looking like the prince.
Could be. Also, I can pretty much guarantee Bart has never been in the room when we were dealing with the prince as he was today. So he could be playing the hardcore prince. But we met hardcore prince before Bart was elevated to sheriff, so that seems unlikely as well.
You want to curry favor with the prince? Here's how we do it.
I think we asked Bart what's going on.
You have a sheriff who is impersonating the prince to get him on film, to get to the police committing crime. I do not think he is loyal to the prince. I do not think he is loyal to us.
In a worst case scenario, the prince is like, yeah, I told Bart to do that. Why do you have footage of this, maybe? But also, best case scenario, we're on top of the fucking world.
Or, again, Nessa, Twisted 4D Chess, she knows that Bart is loyal to the prince. She goes to Bart and says, hey, we need to make the Anarchs are starting to ask questions. The prince hasn't been seen in a while. We need to visibly have the prince throw down some law, right, just to establish that he's still strong. I'm going to need you to pretend to be the prince. He doesn't know about the video. Nessa knows that best case, nobody discovers her ruse and the prince gets blamed. But if we happen to figure it out, it implicates Bart. We go to the prince kills Bart. Bart is loyal to us and loyal to the prince. Ness is trying to take him out of the picture.
If the prince questions why we lied to him at the meeting, just say, Nessa said you woke up this morning. We knew that you were out of your car yesterday, so we kept it a secret to tell you now.
Here's the thing, Carter. He's with hunters. He's not with other kindred. Why would Bart think that the prince would want to be seen in the company of hunters hunting other kindred? How would this make him look strong?
Wait. Run that back. Let me look at these guys again. And I want to look at the hunters. I know they're probably got faces covered and everything, but these guys have to be hunters are bombastic motherfuckers, right? So these dudes have to be they've got like a patch or something that says who they are because they like to leave a mark for us. I want to see if I can catch on to that, and then I'm going to start doing some digging and see if I can find who these dudes are.
And I want to sense the unseen on the hunters as well.
Okay.
So would that just be like wits awareness?
That would be wits and awareness to see if you can see any sort of identifying marks.
Nice.
Were the hunters in the video?
Yes, they were all masked up, but they were one. You guys saw them
Oh,
actively going and breaking open the glass and running in.
Yeah, that was the stupid thing. The only person who didn't have a mask on was the prince, who turns and looks at the camera.
I'm definitely going to willpower that roll.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
I was thinking the hunters that jumped us. That wasn't even.
That was right outside the location.
Crit. Nice, Michael.
Yeah, but I don't have the video of that.
Yeah, correct.
Stress me out rolling that again.
Okay.
I hate willpower on rolls because I never know how it's going to play out for me. It's like this is already bad or it's going to get worse.
5 successes for Michael, and we have 5 successes for James Carter. Carter, as you are looking over with Sense of the Unseen over these other individuals, no illusion seems to populate, no obfuscation seems to be shared. Michael, you look through and right before one of the hunters goes in, and you barely see it out of like a reflection, you see one of them lift up the match just enough to get over their mouth and down a liquid and drop it, and then begin to walk in and start messing with the cameras. Is the guy who is actively trying to make it all stealthy wise. But you see him trying or drink something and then go into trying to be subtle about it before someone just runs through the glass pane with the car.
Okay. Is there any aside from that, there's no sort of like gang insignia or anything?
Does not look like to be the case.
Okay. And I'm gonna point out the sip the guy takes. Like right there. What is that? What's that guy sipping on?
Dead bloods.
Do you think that's what we're messing with here? Do you think it's thin buds that are dressed up to look like hunters?
Well, you
Could be.
said. Who said you, Benny? You said there's new group of hunters, very active, aggressive. Yes.
Did I say that?
I think so. Sounds familiar. I don't remember saying it.
When we were out there, like, didn't
It was
he-
Michael was doing a
Oh, it
check,
was.
a
okay.
knowledge check.
That's
It was
my bad.
Michael,
I
yeah.
do remember saying that now that I think about it. I definitely said that.
It
I
was
said that.
Michael. It was definitely Michael who said it.
It's been a wild 2 days. I'm sorry, gang.
What about this? What if Bart is using thin bloods to hunt down anarchs? pretending to be hunters. They would stand better chance against other kindred. Plus, if they die, no big loss. They are not members of Camarilla. They have no loyalty.
Do you think this is some weird play of like do this and you have your entrance into the Camarilla?
No, I think it's just opportunity to kill other kindred. Perhaps he found people who are angry at the fact that they were turned. And he's manipulated them into doing his bidding, giving them what they desire to kill us.
Well, we weren't
But
even.
why the prince and why looking right at the camera? I don't have easy answers for that. I want to have easy answers for that. He's not though.
Part of me thinks it's because they want this footage to hit the news. Here is Prince with hunters breaking into Anarch stronghold, killing everyone inside. It begins war. And also turns people on Prince because he's working with hunters. He's working with the enemy.
But why would Bart want that?
Because maybe Bart does not like the Prince. Maybe he does not respect him. Maybe Nessa talked to him like she talked to us. Only he said, yes, I agree, he is fool.
And also remind me, you said that the paintings on the crime scene were still there. But potentially, I think they had a camera in it that we never went and retrieved. But my contact said that the paintings were there.
Yeah, they were heavily damaged, but they were still, like, the paintings themselves were still there. They were just heavily damaged from the fire that was partaking in the building.
Maybe this case ain't so cold anymore.
But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for coming, hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Thank you to my cast for all the wonderful theory crafting that was going on in this episode. It has been a glorious time. Just to let everyone know, we are going to do a 1 week time skip. The cast has quite a bit of stuff that they want to use some experience for. So we are going to do a 1 week in character time skip for you guys to go ahead and use that experience. It's not going to be a huge one, but it's going to be one enough where you can go ahead and spend some points. But yeah, otherwise, guys, we will see you guys next week on another episode of Indy by Night. This will be uploaded on Monday, so be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.